You've just got comb back there, nothing to lean on.
That's the front edge. Yeah, it looks like the empty cavities up here.
Yeah.
Comb starts here, comes on back here, probably goes back in there a little ways.
Yeah.
But the hive's not quite as big as I thought it was. The log's not as hollow as I thought it was.
Still a lot of bees in there. Show that to the guys in the truck. It weighs about a pound.
Do you have a bucket you wanted to start putting this comb in?
Yeah, so if it's honey, it goes with the one with the cloth on top. Yeah, put that one in the bucket with the cloth on top. Well, this is the top of the hive, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. The log's not as hollow as I thought it was.
Yeah. So I'm putting a bit of smoke at the top here, so I'm trying to drive it down to the side of the hive. So with your chainsaw, can we cut this notch off here?
Yeah.
Down there.
What do you want to say?
Say cross like that.
Or cut down and down.
That's fine. That's alright. And then you're going to need to, if we can, open this up. But it's pretty. Yeah, I would like to open it up maybe. Let's just try cutting this piece off first and see how much we can get it. No, I can see it reacting straight away here.
Buckets over here. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to taste it so bad.
Come on, you got gloves on. And you got a veil on.
I know.
Take it off, it's worth it.
No.
I'm not sure how high up it goes up here. So I really want to get in and see if I can.
Any guess on where the brood chamber is? A little lower in the log right here.
Yeah, normally they put brood near the entrance and the honey at the bottom. We're getting honey here, so either it means they don't have brood, or that was the entrance down there and they put brood down there, or there's up here somewhere.
Right.
So at this stage, no, I can't answer the question. I think it goes down, not up.
You
okay?
say you think the hive is
Between us.
you and this end?
Yeah. We're busy boasting how many stings we've got so far.
I got 0.
I've got 2 so far.
How many stings did you get?
I don't know. A couple on my feet. It'll be just fine.
Michael, you have any stings yet?
I got one.
You got 1? Alright, so we're up to about 5 stings. Look at that, that's beautiful. Oh man.
Put this in here.
Is it hollow in the top part up here?
I can't see. It's not hollow there. It's hollow up here, but I can't see how deep.
All right, Tensor's ready to go again.
If possible, can we cut up here?
Yeah.
To about there.
Okay.
Somewhere this piece over here, like that out. I'm going to see how high up we're going.
That looks like it might be the top.
Okay, so that's an interesting comment. Yes, theoretically, based on the tree, that should be the top. But what we're finding up top there is a lot of leaves and straw from rats, mice, things like that, be posted on top of the comb. So what I'm thinking of is that perhaps that down there where Julia is was the entrance, the original entrance, and they built up, and over time they opened up this other one as well because of all the debris that I've seen on top of it.
Right. So what we thought was the entrance, the main entrance up here is probably the back door.
Yeah, correct.
Well, that was the secondary entrance. You protect the hive no matter what.
Everything so far that's come out is strictly honeycomb, right?
Yeah, all honey.
Well, the root is probably lower, isn't it, in the tree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably closer to where you're sitting.
So the frames I'm using, we put string on the back to support this. I also work on top of a grid so I don't squash any of the cells or any of the brood that's in there.
You're just going to layer them in and then strap them in with rubber bands?
That's correct.
And you think that's mostly debris from mice?
Yes, I think it's mice debris. There was, or somebody, or otherwise some sort of bird that had a nest in here at one stage. Okay, we got it.
You got a hollow cavity up top in there?
Yeah. So I think our plan approach would just get this comb out, and then it'll give us more space to see what's up top here as well.
Right. What do you think about opening that side up a lot by coming in this way and then pulling that whole side off? That way when we put the chainsaw in, we're not digging into it, but we're coming down along the side of it.
Yeah, you have to go in. Yeah.
You think it's worth it or too much cutting?
Now, that chainsaw just chewed through there. 2 weeks we should get some more nectar coming out. And then in September, we will get a nectar flow in September from the trees.
Yeah.
But how much, we don't know. So this is why we'll keep it in reserve. If there's enough in September, then this goes over to next year. If it isn't, we'll put this back in during winter. So Blake, yes, if we can get this sheet out on its own, that'd be a beautiful piece to go into back into the hive. So maybe on record we can show that I can admit that sometimes I'm wrong. So this is you guys are the ones that told me to use this type of hive tool.
You don't like that one?
I love it.
Oh, you love it? Yeah, I do too.
Since I got it, I don't want to use anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, the J-hook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read so many beekeepers talk about that. That's the one I want.
That's like mine. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's covered with honey.
Nice.
So this will go into a frame. We'll get a few more pieces to fill it in.
That's a lot of beautiful cones.
How's the saw?
Huh?
How's the chainsaw?
It's fine.
So, would it be possible?
Just cut the slope down there. Back off a minute, Julie.
Watch that one coming down.
Alright.
Oh, that's comb. I thought that was wood.
Yeah, it's just got sawdust over it now.
It's nice to have a real chainsaw, isn't it?
Yes, it helps. Yeah, I went back over there to get a drink of water, man. I pulled off my hood, and man, when the suckers got me on the neck.
Oh no.
Yeah. Through our rail.
There we go. Beauty.
Nice.
Look at that. Oh yeah, picture of that.
So something for your viewers to have a look at. Initially I did cutouts using a smooth edge knife until somebody told me the serrated edge is far better for cutting comb than the smooth edge, and I find that it is right.
Well, it looks like it's doing a great job. Is that the end of it?
No, one more so we can get it out.
Still more in there, wow.
So far we've only upset their honey supply.
Yeah, we haven't found the brood
We're
yet.
going to get really upset when we start getting the brood.
There's a lot fewer bees flying now than before.
Yeah, that vacuum seems to be doing something.
What time of day did we come have a look at this? Last time.
It was probably about this. Yeah, it was after 5 because you had to be
Definitely after
coming
5,
after
yeah.
work. So yeah,
Yep.
it's probably closer to 6.
Yeah. Probably about the time everybody was coming home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is we don't have a lot here because they're out foraging.
They're treating this entrance like it's their safety net.
Wow, there's still even more. Where's that second entrance? Did we cut it? Or is it
No.
still? Oh, it's right here.
You need to vacuum again yet?
No,
There's probably no brood in that part.
no, I agree with you.
I think the main hive is in this log back here. Propping that up with a second log is a good idea, Mr. Mark.
Thank you. I have my uses sometimes.
Yeah, we like having you around.
Inside, they're fanning like crazy.
Well, we've stopped the normal flow of air that they would have in there, which creates a draft.
Wow, look at that.
It's a big chunk.
All honeycomb still?
Yeah.
Yep.
In that part of the log, there's a small hive beetle.
Yeah,
See that?
I see him. You don't want to pick him up particularly.
I didn't expect there would be that many bees in that part of the log.
Oh yeah. They have a way of...
They can pack in there pretty tight, apparently.
Yeah.
There's several small hive beetles coming out of there.
Yeah. They'll do that. But you know, in the wild ones, they don't come much.
Type of bands, you'll notice there are two bands here, one a thin one and one a broader one. You want to go for the broader one because the thin one cuts into the comb. So it's number 64 at Walmart, about $1 or just over $1 a packet. And these are the preferred elastic bands to use for strapping in the comb.
I'm sure I'm getting some debris in with it.
Now I was reading recently that bees actually cap honey twice. They get initial capping and it's very thin honey, and they'll come back and cap it later on again, and underneath it will be much thicker, so Mr. Ricky honey. This is all old honey. This has definitely got a second capping on it. There's a hive beetle.
So it's got what?
It's got a second capping on it, capping of wax on it. This is old honey. It's a queen cell.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a queen cell. Cool.
You got a queen cell? Sure enough.
See a whole lot of sweat and you guys drinking water?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is it? Oh no, it's cleaning. So there's a bee over there cleaning a cell.
For a while it's going to be more of the same.
Just beautifully.
We still haven't found the brood yet. There's bound to be lots in this hive. These supplies.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be a big brood chamber in there somewhere.
Oh, that brood right there?
No, it's nectar and pollen.
Ah, okay.
There's their brood.
Ah,
You've
yes.
got it.
We found the brood nest. Yep, I see some open brood, some capped brood.
You get brood?
Yep.
Cool.
that's going to help. What's also happening is this cavity is turning down. So starting off there would help, and then we can pop down here, stuff like that up there.
The key, if you go horizontal, the key is trying to keep that blade from going too far in.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we can cut this off to where you can get into it, pull out a couple more combs, and then cut off another slice, and just keep slicing it as
do we want to try to lift that up and move that supporting log down a little bit?
Yeah, that would probably help too.
You're not going to cut it all the way through, are you?
Yeah, I was going to just slice this whole thing off.
Push those. Can you pull the other side?
Coming down.
Can you take a guess based on the comb, the color, the size, any of it, on how old this might be?
The comb we've taken out is dark but not very dark, so it's dark from about a year. So at the moment my indication this is probably a year and a half, 2 years maximum age. We're bringing out now has both honey and brood on it. You can get it out without squashing it. So there is the brood. That is worker brood or females. There's the larva. It hasn't been capped yet. You see the white in the pieces in there. There's a whole lot of larvae around there. And this has got some larvae, some brood in it. Again, all worker brood, all female brood.
That's very small hole too. What size is you figure? 4'7", 4'9"?
Between 4'7" and 4'9", probably close to 4'7".
Firewood.
Yeah.
It's sweet wood. Get it, honey? Sweet wood.
I wouldn't have thought of that myself.
Nice. Lovely. That's perfect. Thank you.
So Michael looks like he knows what he's doing.
I know how to break up wood and stuff. I don't know squat about catching bees.
Those are called young man tools.
Yeah.
Us oldies can't have the strength to use that anymore. So they generally put honey on the outside and then a row of pollen or bee bread next, and then the eggs and the larvae, and they do it in circles.
And the pollen is turned into bee bread by a process, or is it just the pollen they pack is called bee bread?
No, the pollen mixed with a bit of honey and a fungus becomes bee bread. Because the bees, as well as for the humans, can't break the surface of the pollen. So it's no good to us until the surface has been broken.
With the fungus? With the fungus.
So the fungus dissolves the surface, allowing access to the protein that's inside there. You see it's in circles.
Yes. Is that enough for one frame?
Yeah, let's look at one single frame.
So this is frame number 5 that you're able to put in this one?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct.
Gorgeous. Think you can get one more before we do another cut?
Yeah, I'll just try to.
A lot of good brood in there, and lots of larvae.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes, it's very exciting. This hive was certainly prepared to make it. These are survivors.
So what I'm doing is I'm digging into some of the brood, looking for mites.
Have you seen any?
No.
So we know this hive had a few beetles, but we don't see any mites.
Maybe because they're such small bees.
Yeah. Well, this is the advantage of going for a small cell, is that the bees pupate and come out as bees about 2 days before they do on the large cell, and that's a day before the mites have had a chance to become sexually mature. So a lot of research papers will say it doesn't work because they only do it for 1 generation, and of course you're not going to see a difference in 1 generation. It's in the second, maybe even the 3rd generation, you see the difference of low mites.
Right.
Now the brood comb happens to be a little tougher.
So you can see lots of young bees in young pupa in there. The same on this side. There's a hive beetle there.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Now they've changed their pattern in there.
Yep, changed directions.
There's our new pattern. Oh, now they're starting to bump the front of my mask too.